What is going on, everybody, and welcome to part 25 of Garry's Mod Gamemode Scripting. In today's part, we are going to be disabling the ability to pick up our custom entities with the Physgun. And this is just to prevent other players from being able to pick up your entity and only allowing you to pick up your entities. So we're just going to be working in our server-side init.lua file again, and again we are just going to be adding a single function. And we'll just do it right below the player loadout one. And this will be function gm Physgun pickup. And this function will take in two arguments, the first one being a player entity, and then the second one being the entity that is being picked up by the Physgun. And then let's end it off. And now in here we want to go ahead and check to see if this entity here that we're trying to pick up is owned by this player here. So we do this by doing if ent.owner equals ply. So if the owner of this entity equals the player that's picking it up, go ahead and do whatever we want. In this case, we just want to go ahead and return true. Or in other words, we want to be able to pick it up. And if they are not the owner, go ahead and return false here, and this will prevent them from being able to pick up the entity. And the only downfall to doing this is that having this function and only allowing it if the owner is equal to player is that we're not going to be able to pick up props at all. For this game mode, that is not a problem, which is why we are doing this, or which is why I'm showing this to you. But if you need to be able to pick up props, then this function will prove to be a little bit of an issue, and it may need some tweaking. But again, for this game mode that we're making, this will not be an issue. But go ahead and save that now and head into game. And let's start a new one here. And now what will happen is whenever we go about trying to pick up an entity, if it is our entity that we purchase, we'll be able to pick it up. Otherwise, it will just not do anything at all. So let's go ahead, get us some money here, and spawn in this entity. And if we go and pick it up, we can pick it up fine. And to show you what I mean by not being able to pick up props, if we spawn this, nothing is going to happen. It's just going to stay there. It's not going to react to us pointing our Physgun at it and trying to pick it up. The gravity gun will still work though, but the Physgun will not. And if you need to be able to pick up props, this function will need some tweaking, but it is not necessary for this game mode that we are making in this episode, or in this series. But to show you what happens if we're not the owner, we can go ahead and return false here. Open up the game again. And now if we go about trying to pick it up, nothing happens. So let's go ahead, change that back so we don't forget. And then we should be able to go about picking this up again. So that is how you disable the ability for other people to pick up your entities and only allow you to pick it up. And that right there will conclude part 25 of Garry's Mod Game Mode Scripting. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.